Welcome back to Pro Speed Baseball. Now today I'm going to show you how to pick out the perfect bat size for you specifically based on your anatomy, because everybody's a little different. Arms are longer, legs are shorter, that kind of stuff. So these are going to be some general guidelines that you can use to pick out your bat. And it's a very simple two-step process. We're going to do a test for length and a test for weight. So the first one, we got to find the right length. And now, some guys like shorter bats, some guys like longer bats, but this is going to give you a good gauge to start with. So what we're going to do is you're going to set the bat down flat on the ground, and you're going to let your arms hang naturally to your sides, and the knob of the bat should come up to about to your wrist, and that should be about the maximum it should come up to about the pads on your finger. So that'll be a good gauge. So when your arm's hanging down and the knob, see right here, my bat's 34 inches, and it comes right up to my wrist. So a good gauge for your average bat length would be from that wrist all the way to the pads of the finger. So, and from there you can go longer or shorter depending on your individual hitting style and what you like and how far you like to stand off the plate, that kind of stuff. Now that we've got our bat length, now we're going to go into our bat weight. Now this is the most important part about picking out a bat, because the number one most important thing about the bat you're swinging is that you have complete and total control over the bat, because if we don't, we're going to sacrifice bat speed. We're going to sacrifice contact, being able to get around on pitches, that kind of stuff. And on the other hand, we also don't want too light of a bat, because then we'll be giving up a little bit of that weight that we can use for power. So I have a very simple two-step strength test that you can do to get into the right, the bat weight. Now, don't get too overconfident with your strength and say like, oh, I'm going to swing a heavy bat just because I'm strong. Swing what you're going to be successful with. So the first drill is you're going to grab the bat at the top of the handle. A lot of the aluminum bats have handles, so you're going to grab it right around the top of the handle, and you're going to very simply make swings with both hands, making sure that you can generate, grabbing from the same, you're going to grab the top of the handle with both hands, making sure that you can generate a little bit of speed without a lot of body involvement. And it's very simple. See right here, I can whip it through pretty good without a lot of body help, and I have pretty good control over that. So that's going to be your first general strength. So once you have, or your first general strength test, so once you have that, now you're going to go into the wrist strength test. And what you're going to do is you're going to stand straight up, and you're going to put your arm right up next to your side, and you're going to hold the bat in front of you just like this. So you're going to hold it in your lead hand. Right now that's my left hand, and you're going to have the bat pointing away from the hand, and you're going to have the palm down. And what we're going to do is we're going to simply rotate the bat up to perpendicular to the ground. And we're going to do that a couple times, making sure we have complete and total control of it. We should be able to stop the bat at any point in this test. And we're going to do that with both hands just to make sure. And this is also a really good forearm exercise for bat speed, but we'll get into that stuff later. So making sure we have complete control over it in both hands. And now that test might vary a little bit for the younger guys, with a little bit less arm strength, but that's going to be a good gauge. If you have to, you got a good length and you're about at that lightest part, you can grip up on the bat a little bit and see that same, you can do that same test gripping up on the bat a little bit. So make sure you get the right length, wrist to the pads of the fingers, coming off the ground, and make sure you do those two strength tests to pick out your perfect bat. So now that you guys are all sized for your bat, make sure you go ahead and check out our power hitting series. I'm going to play a preview at the end of this video, and if you click on the link that pops up in that preview or the description below, you can see that video in its entirety, plus the entire series, absolutely free of charge. Check that out. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any questions or comments on bat size or anything else, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be sure to answer that personally. And if you guys could, please like, subscribe, and +1 this video on Google. That really, really helps me grow the channel, and I appreciate it every single time you guys do. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Good luck with your games, and I'll see you guys soon. We're going to take our hands, and we want to bring them back in front of our body. If we were to have a line right down our feet, and our feet are dead square, we can imagine a wall coming right up out of that line in front of our face. And what we want to do is keep our hands in front of that wall at all times. They should never get behind this wall at all. Some of your better hitters will stay in front or get right on this wall, but they never go behind the ball. So if you watch them from down the line, you'll see that their hands stay in front of their body the whole time, and now they're able to go from point A to point B and get as solid a contact as possible to hit home runs. So what we're going to do to work on this